Hey you guys, so I just wanted to give you guys like a little update on school and I guess life. So, school first. So, I'm still working on C810, but I'm considering some other options. Um, like I have my I'm having my transcripts evaluated. I'm waiting for them to come back from the no evaluation office, so they can let me know how many classes I have to take, just in case I do have to switch my program, or I do decide on my own to switch my program. I am planning on still taking the either fourth attempt or whatever. So that's my option number one. If I do decide to take my fourth attempt. Um, then option number two is um, to wait until they re-establish the class or re-evaluate the course. I know they're doing one course now. They're supposed to be re-evaluating it, one of the other struggle courses. um, and that's supposed to be done sometime soon. Now, C810, they said it was supposed to be done either by the end of summer or fall. And the way things are looking right now, I do have one more term left just because C810 pushed me back so far. You know what I mean? Even though I only have 7 classes left. And yeah, I can accelerate at this point since I'm not focusing on that right now. Sorry, guys, I got allergies. So I think if I want to, the course instructor told me if I did decide to wait, my trials would basically start over. So I'd start over from zero, and she said, I think that would be the best option for you. That way you can start back over, the material, and then you can, you know, and you won't be on your last try. Because I talked to her about having really bad anxiety about this fourth attempt. I really want to finish my bachelor's degree. I really want to get this done. At this point, I really don't care about the money anymore. You know what I mean? It's all in, I want to finish. You know what I mean? So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and finish all the classes that I can this term, since I have 22 weeks left. Go ahead and finish all the classes I can. Ask the course mentor to pull up any extra courses for the next term. And then when I get to my last term, hopefully my last term will be in the fall, go ahead and finish those 2 classes out that are difficult, everybody struggles with, because they're supposed to be revising the course material, the course setup, the content, and the grading and how it's done. Because I put on my last term, my last little paper, that my last little, because after you take the exams, they ask you, what do you think about the exam, those type of questions, and they leave you a little box to say what you need to say. And after you put that stuff in, the course instructors see it. So I had put on there was a lot of grammatical errors, there's a lot of spelling errors and stuff like that. I'm not really sure who writes the questions. Looks like WGU outsources a lot of their outside testing stuff, so I'm not really sure who actually writes these questions, or chooses the questions. I don't know if the course instructors um, come up with a bunch of questions and then send it off, and then the people just choose from those groups. I'm not really sure. I have no idea. These are just my guesses. So doing that, and then also the testing right now is down. Like, you can't set up. Well, you can now, but they're asking people who are not at the end of their term, don't set up testing until all the people who are at the end of their term have sat for the exam, because they I guess because the Philippines or Thailand, I'm not really sure where the office is for the testing for Proctor U or Examine, basically shut down because of COVID. Excuse me. They had to transition the workers home, which is it's kind of worrisome, because are they secure? Are their lines secure? How when you work from home, they give you a secure VPN to go to the facility or wherever you work to. Is this thing like locked down? Like, even when I work from home, the IT people phoned in, they remoted into my computer, made sure my VPN was locked, made sure everything was set up correctly, and nobody could like get in. And hopefully they're taking this stuff seriously, and they're not um, they're making sure that the employees are safe, their information is safe, and our information is safe as well. So there's that. So I have two options right now. I'm actually waiting to hear back from the course instructor about when they believe that this will be completed. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a guesstimate, but I mean, I'll take it. You know what I mean? Because I really want to be done with this program. And I'm studying real hard. I've already read all of the chapter work that they've for the two sections that I did do lowest on. That's information governance and data management. More data management than information governance. You know, you would think it'd be the other way around, right? But it's not. Anyway, um, onto the house. Because of the illness, the realtor did not come Thursday to let us to do a walkthrough at our house. She's supposed to be coming this week. She had a daughter that flew in. All her kids are like coming home. So her daughter flew in from Florida. They were at, I don't know what they were doing, but they were in Florida. She flew in from Florida, and we had to wait. I told her, you know, just to be on the safe side, why don't you just get checked out or wait and see if you develop any symptoms and then like come to our house, because we have little kids, you know. Like my oldest is 6 and my youngest is, what month is this? Is this April? No, it's March. So he's like 14 months. So I just want to make sure they're safe. You know, they're my main concern. You know, my husband, he'll be all right. He'll live. So we didn't get that done. We're supposed to be actually getting it done this week. So I'm waiting for that. And you know, getting all that stuff straight. I also found out, my manager told us that we would probably be losing a lot of hours next week because I'm working as an outpatient coder. And no one's coming into the emergency room for services. So since I think Wednesday we cleared our work queue. So I've been doing a little bit of the, you know, concurrent coding, and I've been doing education and stuff like that. But there's like so much stuff that you can fill this time with. You know, eventually the concurrent list is gonna dry up because we are to this month. You know what I mean? We're working in this month, so we're pretty current. So we're just waiting to, or we're just waiting to find out. She asked us to take PTO for this, if we need to, if we do end up having short hours. And I was like, okay, well that's fine. I don't have a ton of PTO, but I have almost a week and a half of PTO. I had some other stuff come up through the year, and I had to burn through some of my PTO. Sick kids. I had some emergencies with my oldest daughter, so I don't have a ton of PTO. But I'm, you know, trying to figure it out. You know, if I have to, then I will. That will be pulling away hours from our move. So since our daughter's no longer going to school face to face, even though our county is pretty small, there's only 100,000 people in our county. We do have quite a big outbreak in our town. Last time I looked on our county website, we had 147 people sick and 4 deaths. So it's only maybe a little bit over 100,000 people that live here. So that's quite a substantial outbreak for this area. You know what I mean? So we were looking at that, and then we're really considering moving to Jacksonville. And I was looking at their rate of outbreak, and between all of the little counties that's in Jacksonville, I think their count was 137 the last time I looked. And we're just one county, we're one town. There's no other outside people that they're counting in this, and we're at 147, which is crazy to me. But I understand, because this town that I live in is a big oil town. It's a big utilities town. Mostly all the people that work here, or hospital. Most people that work here, either you work in the hospital, you work in the oil field, or you work at lighting company, water company, something like that, or you're traveling north to work at the Dale office or whatever in Fort Collins. So it's you know, everybody's traveling and stuff. I'm pretty sure Dale accommodated their employees to work from home. They have the capacity, the technology, they can do it. But my husband, for example, he works utilities, and you know, he's out and about now, you know. I mean, they have taken up precautions, but still, you know what I mean? He has to like drop off equipment to the to the people's houses. So I worry for that about him bringing stuff home and him getting sick. Because even though we both have decent incomes, with my job already telling me now they're going to cut hours, and then his job cutting back on the amount of work, and he hasn't lost any hours, but other people at his job has, that's concerning. So I think we're going to do the forbearance program for our mortgage. So we only get 3 months, and we have the mortgage payment for this upcoming month, but just the next three. We might get a little shaky there for May. Not really sure, and I need to make sure that my kids have food. I have emergency money for for to go to the doctor if that's what it takes. And that my daughter and my son are taken care of. That we can pay daycare if we need it or anything like that, and to make sure that we're ready, that we have emergency funds, because when my daughter had those emergencies, I haven't really like caught up financially from them, because I try and pay my bill, those bills as soon as I get them. And we went to the hospital for both of them, and then one to a specialist. She gets really bad eye infections, so I think it's just because she touches her face a lot, and we're trying to combat that. She actually has a little outbreak now, and we went to the hospital and we got, well, her doctor's office is inside the hospital. Went to see her doctor, and we got antibiotic for that. But we're trying to help her with her hand hygiene and stop touching her face. She's a big blanket kid, so that also like plays into effect. She's always like rubbing a blanket on her face, and we're trying to get her to stop. So yeah, so so yeah, so that's kind of what's been going on here. Um, and hopefully, all this stuff that's going on, I'm hoping that, all of you guys are safe, all your families are safe, nobody's sick. And if you guys do get sick, that you seek the best care and make sure you advocate for yourself. That's really important. The doctors are going to do what they can do. They're going to do what they know how to do, but make sure you advocate for yourself. If you think something's gonna work, or you think, or that this person wants this, or this person needs this, or you want to try something, advocate. You know what I mean? Ask those questions. I feel like at this point, no question is a dumb question, and I think that's really important that patients advocate for themselves, you know. So yeah, I mean, I hope you guys are all safe. Oh, one more thing. Oh, this is the positive one. So my husband, he, since we're moving, he's been applying to different jobs, and he actually got a call back for one, and they really want him. So I'm really excited about that. They offered him a bonus, and they want to start him soon. So he told them that we're moving early June, so we might be moving now early June instead of end of June. So I'm fine with that, if that's what that means. The only thing that concerns me is just driving across the United States. Will we be able to find a hotel? That's probably my biggest concern. Since gas is a necessity, then we'll be okay with that. But just driving across the United States, having to find a hotel, making sure the hotel rooms are clean. I think I'm just gonna carry about, if I can find some Lysol, the spray can Lysols and the Lysol wipes. So wherever we stay, I can wipe down the door handles, the sinks, the counters, and all the other stuff before the kids really start touching stuff. You know how they do. The remote control, those high use items, TVs, all that stuff. So that's the only thing. I do have a friend, and she works as a travel agent. I think she has her own business, and I think I'm going to ask her about the hotel situation, because I'm not really sure what's going on. If the hotels are closed, if they're still serving people, can I make a reservation? I don't know, because if we sell our house and we're out by June, then the beginning of June, then I want to make sure that we have hotels. I'm not even sure how many to get. I know I'm going to get our first hotel for sure, and try and do it that way. We were planning on going through Texas, but now since Texas has probably the same amount of outbreak that we have, I don't know. I think we might go a different route. And then Louisiana's on a lockdown, so I think we're gonna go through the boring states. No offense if anybody lives there. Like Missouri, Kansas, Kansas, Missouri, Tennessee. Tennessee's not that boring. and then the fun states, Georgia, Georgia and Florida. So yeah, so I just wanted to like give you guys an update, let you guys know what's going on. So right now, going back to school, sorry. I'm just kind of on a standstill, and I'm kind of on a standstill with everything, you know, school, life, work, and just waiting to hear back from people. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. Thanks. Be safe. Take care of yourself. Stay inside. Yeah, and whatever you can find at the stores, hold on to it, I guess. Thanks, y'all.